welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving a review for the film Kingsman, The Golden Circle. Now this is a sequel to the 2014 film Kingsman, The Secret Service, which of course is based on a comic book series known as Kingsman. Now this film is directed by Matthew Vaughn, who also directed the original film too as well. Now I must admit I never saw the first one, but I was always hearing about how good it was, and I saw how good it did at the box office, but I still never bothered to actually watch the original one, but I decided to give this one a shot, and I did like it a lot, it was pretty entertaining. It had excellent action scenes, and some of the action scenes that were in this film were some of the most impressive action scenes I ever seen, in movies, the way they were filmed, the style of it and stuff, I have never seen action scenes done like that, on that level, which I thought was kind of cool and interesting. Now the plot of the film is about the Kingsmen needing to team up with their American counterpart, basically an American version of the Kingsmen, to stop a new threat, Basically the world itself is held hostage by this new threat, which is some kind of virus, that is implanted in drugs, say weed. Apparently this new virus or whatever it is implanted in various types of drugs. I think mostly weed. I think it said cocaine and stuff. So if the person actually uses this particular drug, they will become affected, by this virus, which it causes their blood to turn well, not their blood, but you could say blood shots in their skin and stuff, and then the victim themselves, they become paralyzed, and then at one point when they're actually dead, when they die, they actually bleed blood from their nose and mouths, so the Kingsmen have to find out a way to to stop this new threat. And apparently it is a cure, and the person who actually puts this virus out is the antagonist of the film, and they are played by Julianne Moore, She also has the cure for this disease too as well. And the antagonist of the film that Julianne Moore plays is known as Poppy Adams. And I thought she did the role pretty good, she was kind of funny, and had lots of humor in it, and she was also some of the stuff she did to certain people, I thought was whoa, I thought it was gruesome, some of the things she did, to make a point of what she's capable of doing, I thought was gruesome, But she also have these two robotic dogs that she have too, I thought were awesome, And she also has this robotic android female thing, which can shoot guns and stuff, and I thought that was cool too as well. Now, much of the cast from the original film return as well. You have Colin Firth, who returns as Harry, Taron Egerton, he returns, Mark Strong, Edward Holcroft, Hannah Alstrom, Sophia Cookson, all of them return from the original film. Then you have Julianne Moore, Halle Berry, Pedro Pascal, Elton John, who he not really has a cameo appearance, but he's actually in the film a lot, but it's kind of short, but he is in the film a lot. Then you also have Jeff Bridges in the film too as well, and Channing Tatum too as well. And I thought all of them were good in their roles, and interesting too as well. I thought the characters Merlin, who was played by Mark Strong, or Eggsy, Galahad, Taron Egerton, I thought they did good in their roles, Even Galahad, the character Galahad played by Colin Firth, I thought he was good too as well. Halle Berry as Ginger Ale, I thought her role was kind of odd, it didn't really second fit, but she was pretty good in her role. And then you have Elton John too there as well, I thought he was kind of cool and kind of odd, and his role is kind of large in the film too as well. And he's actually playing himself too, he's been held hostage, so I thought that was kind of interesting, Then you have Jeff Bridges as a Champagne Champ, and I thought he was kind of cool and funny in his role. Now he really doesn't have that much screen time, but the moments that he does have, I thought was kind of funny, and interesting. But I guess one of the roles that really stood out was Pedro Pascal as Jack Daniels Whiskey. I thought his role was cool, and he's an excellent fighter. The way he fights, he pulls out whips and stuff, and guns. He can turn the guns around and stuff. I thought that was cool the way he was shooting the enemies and stuff. Even his whip, he has this electric the laser thing in it, where he can wrap around a person and cut him in half. I thought that was cool and awesome, So I thought, and his performance when he's up, he's talking and stuff like that. I thought it was funny, he had lots of good humor, for my opinion, And then you have Channing Tatum as Tequila, and I thought his role was cool too as well. Now he really doesn't have, he has a lot of screen time, but it really wasn't that much, but he was there, and I thought his performance was cool too as well. Now the director of the film, Matthew Vaughn, I thought he did a good job on the direction of the film, how it looks, the pace of it and everything, it's never a dull moment, if it's not constant action scenes, you have a lot of humorous, like comedy stuff going on too as well. So I thought that was cool. I like how it kind of sticks close to like the James Bond type formula, you know. You can tell it's like borrowing heavily from like James Bond to a certain extent, you know. Not too much, but you could tell that the influence of James Bond himself is kind of all over this film, you know. But overall, like I said, I must admit I did enjoy this, and I definitely want to see the first one, you know. So my review for Kingsman, The Golden Circle, I'm giving this a B-. I kind of want to give it a B, but I'm going to just give it a B-, you know. So please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.